Okay, so what does this do? Click, click, loading. What?
Like, how have you been scribbling away like a caveman and you still don't know what any of these buttons do? You only know like 3 buttons, and it's redo, undo, and glow for some reason. Sometimes things look right, sometimes they don't, and you don't even know why. And these tools are extremely useful because you can change location, setting, time of day with the simple click of a button. It's all just overcomplicated terminology and interface just to keep you confused. But don't worry, I've been there. I'm Prometheus. I've been making manga for the past 8 years, and here's everything you need to know about Clip Studio Paint in less than 5 minutes. So let's run through it. So first up is opacity. That's just how see-through something is, right? So if we get a separate layer here with white, we lower the opacity. Now it's like we're looking through a sheet of paper, right? This by itself is like very, very useful. Let's say these trees here are just a tad too much, right? Alright, and then just lower the opacity. Now you can make the trees look further away because it looks like it's blending into the background, right? It's fading out. And you can do this with like the same color. So if the color is like blue, right? It's a blue sky. If you just paste blue over the trees and then just fade it out, it's gonna blend in more. So it's gonna look further away. And then there's blending modes. That's this little toggle right here. And this, everything you see right here, is pretty much everything you need for digital art and coloring. If you want to mix colors, if you want to blend stuff in with the background, this, that, and the other thing, make stuff brighter, that's all right here. This is everything you need. And every image editing software, every digital art kind of software has this. So you only need to learn this once. So we'll do the basics of the blending modes. And for that, I have this black and white drawing here from a previous video. Now, if you want to color this in, right, you just do darken, because black is the darkest color. Therefore, here's what happens, right? It's going to basically be like you're coloring something in a coloring book. And the reason it happens like this is because when you darken something, well, black is the darkest color, so that's going to win against every other color. So when you're darkening something like this, you basically just fill in all the whites, right? And you keep the blacks. So this is a really easy way to color something in. Now, actually, if instead of darken, you do multiply, you'll keep a lot more of the line quality. You can see that. Here's darken. Here's multiply. And the reason for that is that the lines, when they taper off, right? Like the eyelids and all this stuff, they're gonna get softer at the edges, right? Well, those are gray, not black. So technically, this kind of shade of brown is actually darker than those shades of gray. So when you do darken, it actually just goes over those things and erases them. But when you do multiply, you're actually adding the color over everything, right? But again, because black is the darkest color, nothing happens. It just stays black. So multiply, you're mixing in the colors, right? So those two things are very, very simple ways of adding color to line art. When you have the line art finish, you just go darken or multiply, and you just go to town and you just fill everything in, right? Multiply and darken is for darkening things. Simple enough. Now, the opposite of that is lighten. Boom, you see that? Now, let's just keep it simple. Let's say I fill in everything like this, right? So you have a whole layer that's brown. Now you put in lighten. Look what happens. It does the exact opposite. Because white is the lightest color, it's gonna just change the blacks. So again, if you're doing line art and you go, oh, this is pretty cool, but I want all the blacks to be red. So it's like a red line art, right? Well, red layer. And then you lighten. Boom, there you go. Now, another lightning effect is this right here. It's called overlay. Now if we hit that, boom, you see that? It's a lot more subtle. But basically you're hitting things with a red light. So imagine you have this black and white drawing and you got like a red light bulb and you're shining a light right at it, right? And that's what we're looking at here. So these 4 tools, overlay and multiply especially, are gonna be great for darkening and brightening things. So if you look here, so we have this drawing here, and let's say you wanna make it nighttime, right? You wanna make it nighttime and he's looking at the night sky. Well, here's what we do. Just get another layer, fill it in with dark blue, and you hit overlay. Then you lower the opacity, right? And there you go. It's getting hit with that dim moon sky, you know? Just that bright full moon and a night out. And here's what else you can do. You can then just paste in another layer and then just lower the opacity a little bit so you can just harmonize everything together. And look at that. It looks like he's looking at the night sky, right? And then you can fill in the, the background and put stars in and stuff like that. But that's basically what's going on here. Before, after. So before, after.